Hey you guys, Dave from the Wee Hours here, back with some more of RimWorld, back with some more of the Mechanator, our little 14-year-old Mechanator dweeb diligently mining out steel. He's terrible at it. He has a skill of 2, but he's diligently mining out steel because we need a lot of steel for a lot of things. And of course, his brand new friend Lumpy is here. Lumpy has to sleep on the floor because we weren't really prepared for Lumpy, were we, Lumpy? Lumpy, I wanted to check in with you. I know you're asleep. I know you can't hear me right now. Well, maybe you can. I don't know. Maybe I'm coming through in your dreams. That would be kind of weird. Lumpy, how are you kind of broadly feeling about life right now? I don't like you. You've slept on the ground. You've slept in the cold. You've been outdoors. Yeah, you're not having a great time. You could be better. And of course, we got to deal with Beta and Smog up here, who are crammed into our temporary prison, sharing a double bed, which I'm sure is very awkward for them. Allegedly, there was a fire. Yeah, we're gonna file that under somebody else's problem. It's up by the toxic waste corpse dump. So this is our somebody else's problem area. We don't need to deal with that. In fact, we could probably just go ahead and take that out of the home zone. That doesn't really need to be in the home zone at all. It's just, it's terrible. It's just toxic waste and corpses. We don't really need to stress that fire. It is pouring rain anyway. Agrabot out here doing some good work. What are we making down here? Heel root. Okay, great. Good idea. What did I have targeted over here? Okay, just some basic rice. That's fine. Our refrigerator is up and running. Our freezer room is up and running, which is very, very fun if you're food, in that you will stay preserved quite a bit longer. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and I frequently am, are we gestating another mechanator? Excuse me, a Militor. A Militor, not another mechanator. That would be dweeb. No, another Militor. Yeah, dweeb, if you could get on that at some point in time. I mean, you're probably feeding prisoners right now. Yeah, you're gonna go give a snack to Smog. Hey, Beta, you've been here the longest. How are you kind of doing? 4.3 on the old resistance. That's not bad. That's not bad. I mean, Dweeb is terrible at talking to people. Again, because he's a 14-year-old boy, and all 14-year-old boys are terrible at talking to people. But he is working Beta down. Smog, how are you doing these days? Are we still, yeah, we're recruiting you. 9.3. Okay, you guys will be coming in at somewhat similar times. Where is there another fire? Oh, yeah, that's a slightly more important fire in that it's burning our fields. I'm going to kind of just let that go because it is pouring rain, right? And rain versus fire, rain generally wins every time. I don't really want to get the team out here to deal with a fire that's... I'm hesitating here because the fire's not going out, is it? It's being dumped on with rain, but the fire ain't going away. See, what I'd like you to do is not be fire. Right now, you're fire. I'd like the opposite of that. I'd like no fire if the rain could just kind of do its thing. Fall has begun. I see. Okay, so it's going to get a little chillier around here. That means we're going to need to start thinking about some heat in this place. Let's just start to get that idea going on now. Unfortunately, I didn't put any vents between these rooms because I had to build them very, very quickly when Beta showed up. But we can start to get some heaters going. So let's put a heater here. Guys, I'm going to cram in a heater over here. Sorry, try not to set fire to things. And maybe one sort of over here-ish. Here I could put in a vent between what will be Lumpy's room at some point and the rest of the base. So let's put in a vent, say, right there. One of the construction bots, and by one I mean the only construction bot, will get on that at some point. In fact, it's right on it. Right on it. Can't wait to get involved with this. What we probably don't have a lot of on hand is steel, but there's enough of it. Are you going to go kind of do your thing? You're going to go get some steel? Yeah, you're hauling steel to the vent. Okay, excellent. And then Lumpy and Dweeb are fast asleep, as usual. I know we fed one of you. Have we been feeding the rest of you? You've been fed recently. You kind of have not. You are ravenously hungry. Ravenously hungry. Okay. Dweeb, you think maybe you could get up and feed Smog? Oh, you're 15 now. Look at you, getting older. You're going to be driving soon. Let's go ahead and deliver some food for Smog. What I don't want is these prisoners flipping out and doing some kind of like prison break, or they start punching each other, or just... So I'd like to keep them as vaguely happy as we humanly can. There you go, Smog. There you go. Smog's feeling a little better, having a little snack there. Okay, and Dweeb's going to have a snack. And Lumpy's up. Lumpy, you're chit-chatting to Smog. about probably the food and how terrible it is. But it's well preserved now. It's well preserved food. The heaters are going in. I've got 3 wind turbines and it's fairly windy out. The one battery is fully charged. Could we maybe get going on the whole bedroom for Lumpy idea? Because I think that would be fun for Lumpy. Where is my Agra hand? What is it? Are you down here? No, you're the lifter. Okay. Could maybe we start chopping some trees down here? I see we have some wood that we've chopped down. We got this tree scheduled for demolition because it's in the way of my wind turbine. Let's get some others going here. So go ahead and just chop those guys down, and we'll kind of see how that goes. All right, what are people into today? Dweeb, you're still fast asleep. Lumpy, what are you into? You're eating. Okay, I mean, sure. Yeah, food, basic preservation. I see where you're going with that. Hey, you know what it is in here? Wicked dark. How about we... I don't have any power down here, really. How about we put up some power, and then we maybe put up some lights in the kitchen area here. And then I also got to think about some kind of stove, because right now we're still cooking on the campfire. There's a lot to do around here. I have a lot going on, and none of it is very good. Let's put that up there, and then we'll be optimistic and put a chair up when we finally get some trees cut down. Spin yourself. There you go. Spin yourself around there. Okay. What is my best next move? Dweeb, what are you doing? You're praying. You should. That's a justifiable response to this colony. I'd be praying, too. I'd be desperately praying for any sort of salvation or anyone to come around and maybe take me anywhere but where I am right now. You're trapped in here with a couple of prisoners who hate you and a brand new friend who also hates you. I guess he's kind of a frenemy. I mean, you have an interest in mutual survival. But apart from that, you're really not that crazy about each other. Hey, Dweeb, how do you feel about Lumpy? You're actually into Lumpy. You're like, yeah, Lumpy's a friend of mine. Lumpy's cool. How are you feeling? You disturbed sleep. You're actually doing pretty good. Of all things, you are doing pretty good about... Wait, whoa. Are you guys... Hang on there. Slam that into pause mode. Saw a little heart going up here. Beta, Smog... Are you two having a prison romance? OMG, that is adorable. Oh, you two crazy kids, you. I say kids, you're 54, Smog, and you're 25, Beta. Hey, you know what? Whatever you're into, that's cool. I don't judge, Beta. I really don't judge. So, Beta and Smog. Smog kind of robbing the cradle here with Beta, but do you guys have a little thing going on? You guys got a little, Yeah, you're into Beta. Yeah, Beta's a friend of yours. And Beta, how do you feel? You are kind of into Smog? Yeah, you really like Dweeb. Holy moly, you just love Dweeb. Well, you two crazy kids have fun. I mean, you are sharing a bed. It's pretty intimate as it is. Didn't really need to go for much there. Lumpy, what are you doing? You're playing horseshoes outside in the rain. Uh-huh, sure. I see where you're going with that, Lumpy, and that it's fun-ish. It's just that that's not really the best use of our time now, is it, Lumpy? We've got a lot to do here, don't we? Really need to get some trees chopped down. Could I maybe spin one of you over to, like, max plant cutting? Lumpy, you don't do it at all. Why don't you do... Oh, God, there's another fire. Okay, it's still pouring rain. I think that will be broadly fine. Although, Lumpy, if you maybe want to get on that real quick... Yeah, there you go. Go deal with the fire. It's not going to do anything. I don't know why I'm getting all excited about this fire. But we're going to take care of it anyway. Yeah, I kind of need a lot of wood right now. That would be ideal. Dweeb, what's your plan for the day? You're going to go take care of some other fire. Okay, that's cool. Lumpy, I'm going to put you... Like, what are you... You're really good at crafting, so you've been doing a lot of stone blocks recently. Actually, Dweeb, hold that thought. You're going to feed a meal to Beta. Cool. Beta can wait, like, a few minutes. Oh, this has got to be emptied. Oh, well, we're going to need the lifter for that one. Yeah, the lifter's going to have to deal with that. That's fine. That's why we're not getting the mech gestated, because it's full of toxic waste. Why is the Militor hanging out in the prison? That's weird. Dweeb, what do you do? You're still going to have a snack. Lumpy's going to make some stone blocks. I was going to check in on the stone block issue. Yeah, I've got quite a few of them that we're getting queued up there. Once this is up, I can take the cooking bill off the campfire and put it into literally anything else at this point. And I'd love to go out hunting. That'd be fantastic if we went out hunting, but I think we're going to have to make do on vegetarian food for right now, because this rice will be ready to go very, very soon. Yep. Very soon. 87, 87, ready to harvest. Yeah. I need so many more bots or so many more colonists. One of the two, which is not ideal because Dweeb is a recluse. Dweeb wants to be alone, and Dweeb is most definitely not alone. Dweeb's got a lot of people around here. Two of them might be falling in love in prison. I think that's just adorable. I think that's so cute for you two. Don't be doing anything where we're gonna get children in prison, because nobody wants that sort of thing at all. Let me see here. What is my best next move? We got to get trees chopped down. Okay, we got to get some trees going. So how about we spin? Who's going to be doing the best at that? Well, neither of them are going to do the best at it. Dweeb, why don't you be into temporarily #1 on plant cutting? Just get some trees chopped down. Why is this one blocked by blocked by that roof? You're entirely correct. It is blocked by that roof because I did stupid things with that room. We can fix that bit though. Remove this. There we go. Yeah, I had built the room out and then immediately realized, much time later I realized that would be blocking the wind turbine, so that's why we have this weird shaped room here that, well, doesn't block the wind turbine, or at least it won't when the roof gets removed. What are you up to? You're the sweeper, cool, and you're the constructoid. What is my agrobot up to? That's kind of the one thing that I need. No, that's Dweeb. I know what Dweeb is. No, give me the agrobot. You're down. Okay, I see the problem here. The agrobot is non-functional at this point. I need another charging station. I should have the things I need to do that. Let's build a copy down here, I guess. And then, how soon are you to being, done? 62%. Okay, go away. No, you're going right back into the charger. No, you're taking the toxic waste out. Great, good. Dweeb, could you go grab the agrahand, please, and move it to the charger? Because it's doing literally nothing right now except sitting outside in the rain. So with the agrahand, we can get some trees chopped down. With some trees chopped down, the constructobot could do some constructobotting. You see how this is all a chain of events, Dweeb, where you need to do a thing before anything else at all can happen. What are you doing? You're hauling steel to the mech recharger. Great, good, I need another one of those. I got a lot of mechs going on here. Let's move this on a little bit faster here and see what happens. Okay. Now you're getting, 4%, 4.1%, all right. In a reasonable amount of time, you'll be somewhat charged. And then we'll have another charger that, speaking of another charger, I was going to put a light in here. Those two things are completely unrelated, chargers and lights. I guess they both run off of electricity, so there's some sort of a causal synchronicity connection going on there, but broadly I said charger and then I put a light in. You kind of see where we're going with all of this. The roof must have been removed because this thing's spinning like crazy now. Good. I should probably get some more batteries. Oh, the trees are getting done. Good job, Dweeb. I know this is not like your top. Why is it rain? Why is there fire again? Okay, dead Lumpy, don't even sweat that one. That one's nowhere near us at this point. And eventually, I'd like to make these steel walls into stone walls. That probably would not be the hardest thing to do. Obviously, I need a little bit more stone. But I could take these apart fairly quickly and put them back together fairly quickly, he says optimistically. Not only would that get me some steel back, but these would obviously be a lot sturdier and not burn down because steel burns remarkably quickly in this game. I understand steel burns. If you heat it up enough with a big enough fire, a big enough ignition, you can melt steel. It's kind of how steel is formed in the first place. But steel melts remarkably quickly in this game, like far quicker than I feel it should. But hey, this is the game we've got. So Dweeb, you're off to bed. Good for you. What time is it? Okay, you know what? It's 11 o'clock. It's time for teenagers to go to bed. What else can I do around here? I really need that bed for Lumpy. Lumpy, I'm sorry you have to sleep on the floor. Could we we should have enough wood. I bet we can prioritize the bed construction at some point. Although this guy's figuring out the charger, which is good. Yeah, that'll be done momentarily. How's the agrahand doing? Because there's my path to wood right there. That'd be great. And did we empty this? I bet we probably emptied this. Why more fire? Why more fire? Stop with the fire. Okay, I get fire. I understand fire now. I see what you're doing with fire. There's lots of fire. Everything is fire. Got it. Beta, we've been talking to you for like a day or so. How are you doing, kid? 3.3. Okay, coming down slowly but surely. And then I gotta figure out more bedrooms for these cats. I got nowhere to put these people when they eventually join us. There's no capacity to do any of that. what I should probably do, let me pan out a little bit here. Like I was saying last time, I'm not really catching the wave of this base yet. I'm not really seeing how this is all going to go together. My first thought is to put some more bedrooms up here and then make this into sort of a corridor area. I'm going to have to mine out quite a bit of that. Or I could start to put some bedrooms down here. Maybe make a long corridor around here, and then I can put bedrooms off each one. The toxic waste pack has deteriorated. Great, good. Good. I mean, that fills the land with pollution, sure. But not our pollution, not our problem. This is somebody else's problem up here. I hope that was the one that they're talking about, because otherwise it is my problem. Where do we... Oh, we're feeding beta right now. That's good. Again, it's not going to be a lot of progress, not a lot of fast progress. Anyway, Dweeb, have you gotten any better at talking to humans at all? Yeah, actually, you went up to Social 3. All right, good for you, kid. You're getting there. And there's more fire. I'm just ignoring the fire at this point. To heck with fire. I don't even care about the fire anymore. Let's add a cooking bill. How about we did simple meals, and let's try to do it until we have, say, 20 in stock, okay? 20 simple meals will keep us going for a little while. Again, I would love to send out some hunting, but I think, at least at the moment, we're going to have to be vegetarians. Yeah, Dweeb's in. I will make some meals around here. Lumpy, you're in too. You're going to have a little snack, the prepackaged meals there. You don't want to go for a basic meal? You're just going to eat the freeze-dried stuff? And then you're going to go chit-chat to people. Chit-chat to Smog. Ask Smog how things are going with beta. A guy, spill the tea, as the kids say these days. I want to know what's going on with the beta Smog thing. 8.4 to 8. Okay, you're terrible at talking to people too, aren't you? Yeah, you in fact have a social of 0. 0. You literally can't talk to people. But you know what? You got him down a couple decimal points there. That's fine. Dweeb, I need to keep checking in on you at all time. Trees. Good. Fantastic. That's what I want. How are you doing? You're 45%. And I've got a second charger up and running. So I could get more... You know what I should do? Hang on. The pill slickers are here again. What's your deal? They're going to prepare for a while and then attack. Okay, put everyone in the runaway zone. Actually, show me that zone. Yeah, we could actually bounce that out a little bit. So put all the mechs in the runaway zone and put you guys in the runaway zone. See, I'd like to make actually, bump this all out. We can flesh this whole thing out here. So expand runaway dweeb to go here, and all of this, and then all of this nonsense can go like that. Lumpy's terrible bedroom in here that isn't even a bedroom at this point. I could put a sleeping spot down there, and then at least you wouldn't have to sleep in the storage room. Nobody likes that sort of thing. So all you guys go in there. Okay, where are these gentlemen? They are over here. There's one of them. It's Doug. Hi, Doug. Doug. Doug, well, let's address first things first, Doug. Are you any good at anything at all? You can punch people pretty good. You're a rugby player. Oh, that's kind of fun. There's your melee up. Yeah, +5 on melee. And you're a brawler, so you really, really like melee, and you're going to be wicked sad if we don't do melee with you. You come in with a knife, you're like, I want to have a knife. You're actually pretty decent at construction, and you'll get better at it quite quickly. Animal skill, not really doing much with that. We have to have a think about whether we should farm animals. That would save a lot of hunting if we could just grow our own animals and then, destroy them for food. I'll have to build a pen of some sort. A pen could go out here. That's not the worst idea in the world. I'll have a think about that. If I did, what generally lives in the area here? Gazelles, turkeys, donkeys, raccoons. I could have a raccoon farm. That seems awful. One raccoon is bad enough. I don't want 20 of them. That kind of makes me want to do it. Because this entire run of just I should not do this, and I'm doing it anyway. Everyone just hang tight. We're gonna wait Doug out. Doug. In my mind, Doug, I don't know where you are. In my mind, I don't know where Doug's gone. In my mind, Doug, where are you? In my mind, Doug, I want to take you alive, because I need as many warm bodies as I can get, but I'm kind of not accepting new applications right now, because I'm a little full. you can't get in with Beta and Smog. They've got like a thing going on, and I don't want to interrupt their privacy. So I'd have to put you in Lumpy's bedroom. Lumpy would be very sad about that. We'd have to create a new prison out of Lumpy's bedroom. Everyone's going in talking to the prisoners, probably because we don't have much else to do. We can't go outside right now. 1.5 on Beta. Yeah, I'm going to have to figure these new bedrooms out pretty quick. I don't have a lot of time here for, planning this base out perfectly and making sure everything is exactly the way I want it. I think this entire base is going to go up on the fly, and then I'm just going to have to cope with my own consequences later. All right, let's wait for Doug to do his... Doug, where did you go? There you are, Doug. Hi, Doug. Let's wait for Doug to kind of do his jam here and decide to come and try and punch us in the face. I don't think Doug is going to get past the trap corridor. I think this is going to be a very, very simple affair with Doug. Wow, there's a lot of components up here. That's great. I'm going to need a lot of components for many, many things in the future. That is even more components up there. Yeah, it's a pretty decent map for resources. Steel, components, all those sorts of things. Okay, they're beginning their assault. Where's the fire? Yeah, we're not going to bother with that fire, guys. Although it is still raining, so don't worry about anything. Dweeb and Lumpy, come on over here. And then hang on, where's my Militor? Is that my Militor? Yeah. You, come over here. All right, yeah, see, they got to go outside to go inside. I got to seal this off better. I kind of assumed they would just go right through this door, but they are allowed to go out into a forbidden area so they can go back into a... No, don't arrest Lumpy. That's a terrible idea. Lumpy doesn't like that sort of thing. Where's Doug? Hey, Doug. Doug, come on, swing on by here, kid. Please don't start shooting my wind turbines, by the way, because then we have to send the Militor out, don't we, Doug? Nobody likes that sort of thing, do they, Doug? Doug, where are you going? You coming down here? Oh, yeah, see, you're going to attack the Whoosy McWhatsits there. Okay. Right, Dweeb, move slightly to the right over here, because the Militor otherwise will be out of range. And then the Militor can start coming down here. Yeah, Doug's beating up the wind turbine. Nobody likes that, Doug. Doug, I'm not a fan, Doug. I'm not a fan. And then come over here, and we're just going to have to go ahead and start shooting Doug with a shotgun while Dweeb stands in range. I can look up, we can figure out some tech to extend that range later. Okay, could we start shooting Doug, please? There we go. Doug's been shot. Okay, and hold tight there. And then we're just going to lead Doug back into the trap corridor. Okay, so the Militor, thankfully, moving just slightly faster than the Dougster here. Come on up here. Dweeb, why don't you come over here, because there's a chance the door won't close in time, and then we will be sad. So, yeah, Militor coming up here, and Doug is right behind him, the door might not close in time. Okay, definitely won't be closing in time. Doug's in. Nope, Doug's out. Okay, yeah, Doug, you can keep smashing the door if you want. I got 3 armed people there. One of them is a 15-year-old boy, and one of them is a robot, and one of them is somebody named Lumpy. So, the A-team are down. No, don't send Dweeb. Can't afford to get Dweeb injured. Send the Militor. I can make another Militor. Militors can happen. Yeah, this is how this seems to be going. We're sort of chasing with the Militor, and then, oh, Dweeb, hang on, you're going to have to stand slightly to the right again. And then sort of, can we get a shot in there? Yes, but you missed. That's terrible. Yeah, keep going. They love the wind turbines. I gotta get power that isn't, like, obviously vulnerable. Shoot Doug, please. There we go. Doug's getting shot. Doug's getting shot again. Okay, Doug's been shot a lot. Doug, do you want to, like, fall over or anything? I'm just suggesting. No. Doug's got bored. Okay, I'm just suggesting as an option for you. You could just fall over. That'd be okay if you want to just go ahead and fall over. We're missing Doug. Doug, where are you going? Doug, come back and no, Doug, what? You're confusing me, Doug. I know there's a fire. It's Doug. Doug is the fire. Okay, we're shooting Doug again. Doug doesn't seem to really be fussed with the shooting. Okay, we're continuing to shoot Doug. Doug, you're sucking up a lot of damage here. I'm gonna have to call you Bullet Sponge Doug. And you're an asthmatic. No wonder you don't run very far. So gunshots. Yeah, lots of gunshots. I mean, Doug will be dead in time. I could just sort of walk away from Doug, and he will, okay, keep with the shooting. Doug loves the wind turbines. There we go, Doug's down, and unfortunately, he's alive. Well, that's awfully fussy of you, Doug. I can't say that enough times. I could. I'm going to do it like 2 or 3 times. That's about as much as I could say that. So, undraft the Militor. All right. Undraft Lumpy and Dweeb, who had to stand slightly to the right. Undraft all of you. You guys can be in unrestricted. The mechs can be in the home zone, except for the clean sweeper, who really just needs to be... Actually, really just in runaway Dweeb, honestly. Those are the only areas that I desperately need you to keep clean right now. So why don't you just stay there? Doug, this is kind of a pain in the neck, if I'm honest about things, and I am. This is kind of a pain in the neck, because you have skills I wouldn't mind having. Yeah, you got crafting, mining, construction, intellectual, because we need to get some research done, like, super, super quick. We are kind of stalled out right now. Doug. Hey, Lumpy, remember when I was building you a bedroom, and then I didn't? Yeah, no, you weren't aware of that part. That part I just mentioned to you. So, we're gonna... we're gonna put you down here and make this into a prisoner spot. And then you're going to, you're gonna live there. Lumpy, you want to go capture Doug here and put him in the bedroom that I specifically earmarked for you? And then, like, we're not doing that anymore. How long till you die, Doug? 5 hours. Yeah, I can vaguely conquer that. And where did Dweeb go? You went immediately to bed. Fair. That's pretty fair. I'm probably going to need you to get up soon and do a base medical training on Doug here. And Lumpy, remind me your medical. Yeah, you literally cannot do medical. You, in fact, don't care. I get you, Lumpy. I hear you, man. We'll go through Dweeb's bedroom to do this. Sure, why not? Okay, there we go. Hey, Dweeb, can you get up and... Hang on, how long? 4 hours? I think the bad medicine will be fine. I think we can get that done. Can you tend to Doug, please? He's in a bit of a bad way, and then he's been shot many times. So I just want to kind of keep half an eye on you. So we're 3 hours, and then we're to 4 hours... Yeah, I think this is going to be okay. I mean, the tending is terrible. It's just awful. Doug's going to be in a lot of pain for a very, very long period of time. And probably not like us very much, but we have saved your life. We have technically saved your life. Okay? Medical emergency. That'll be the Dougster, probably. Is that Doug? Yeah, that's Doug. Doug indeed does have a medical emergency going on here. Okay. Slam it into pause mode for a sec. Doug... We're just going to start converting you, and then I'll kind of cross your bridge later. Allow his ridiculous knife, because why not? All right, we need to get the bedroom scenarios sorted out here. So what have I got? I have a quantity of blocks here. Let's start with some sandstone. And then, like that, and then that. This is going to be me saying that for a while. So let's all learn to cope with that information. And that, and that. Okay. And then put a... Ooh. Just for... What else? What have I got very little of? Marble. Okay, so we're going to do a marble door there. Okay, and then I can put a bunch of bedrooms. And by a bunch, I'm looking at, like, maybe 4 bedrooms out in that direction. Ooh, also, we need a... Could we go get some wood cut, please? Could we please go get some wood cut? And then let's just do a regular door. Just for right now, just deconstruct that. I want to put a wooden door in there. You're rebuilding the wind turbines. That's cool. Where is Captain Agrahand here? Okay, dude, you got to go back to work. You're at 81%, man. The deserter, sure. I will look into that momentarily. I'm pretty sure I know which one that is. Yeah, the disgraced officer. Okay, so what we got going on here is somebody is offering to teach me stuff if I basically betray the Empire. That's a terrible idea. That's a terrible idea. I've never actually done it. One of these days, I might actually accept this quest and see what happens if you're an enemy with the heavily militarized, incredibly powerful Empire. Obviously, I'd get somebody to join. Just, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm simply not. It's a terrible idea. It might be fun at some point, but not here. So, no matter who's joining, we're not doing this. I'm not going to become an enemy of the Empire. That's a real bad idea, especially when it's a 15-year-old boy and Lumpy, who doesn't like the 15-year-old boy, and a few bots. And then they come by, probably periodically, consistently, and shoot us with really high-powered weaponry. So we're not going to be doing that. That's not fun. Nobody likes that sort of thing. That's what I needed to see. Agrahand cutting trees down. Thank you very much. That's exactly what I wanted. So now, just, you know what, just cancel that, and I'll just put up a door. So put up a wooden door right there. And eventually, yeah, we'll get this bed constructed for the Dougmeister here. The Dougorama, the Dug-a-Lugga-Ding-Dong. And Doug will have somewhere slightly better to sleep. I got 3 prisoners and 2 colonists. They outnumber me at this point. Technically, the Militor could do some fighting, but if these guys all make a break for it, I'm in big trouble. Speaking of which, Beta, you must be kind of getting down to the wire here. 1.5 on the old Beta. Alright, so what I need now is maximum stone blocks. Just for, yeah, he's down to 0.5. Just bump this up even more. Just continue to make stone blocks until I tell you to do otherwise. So, Lumpy, what are you into? You're cutting stone blocks. Perfect. That's what I need. I probably should have thought about the concept of doors before I did this, but I haven't. So, you know, there it is. It'll take us a little extra time and be slightly inefficient to have to build a wall and then tear the wall down to put a door there. But if you were looking for efficiency, I assure you, you were on the wrong channel. You should immediately leave and go find literally anyone else to watch. Efficient is not what I do. Genius is what I do. It's a haphazard, chaotic genius that everyone bangs their head against the wall in extreme pain when they realize that it's going to work. But you will get used to the pain. It will dull, and you'll just be on the Dave train like everybody else. And you're like, well, I don't know what he's doing, but somehow this is all going to come together. I've survived the Great Pantry Fire of 2021. I can deal with a 15-year-old boy. That's not true. Those people are animals. Okay, this is sort of vaguely coming together here. Am I already out of sandstone? Kind of. Hey, Lumpy, could you actually prioritize making some sandstone blocks? Just because I want to make sure we have enough to finish everything. I don't want to have to cancel that and start all over again. Beta's resistance has been broken. So Beta's going to be on board. I don't have anywhere to put these people. I have nowhere to put these people. The psychic drone is over. Good. Where do you think I'm putting them? There's a turkey over there. You know what? That one's right next door. Somebody go hunt that. That'll be a little bit of meat. But there is a bunch of rice coming in. We're going to sow this at some point, right? I know I only have the one Agrahand. Dweeb, what are you up to right now? You're resting. Before you do that... Oh, we're missing 50 steel? Are we really? I thought you carved out... Oh, we've already used it all. Yeah, we've used everything. Okay, well, we'll have to figure that out. I would really like to get that other Militor on board. The defense is everything here. As I have stressed since day one, I cannot afford to have Dweeb go down, or even worse, be unconscious. He's basically everything right now. I mean, Lumpy can do some things, but if both of these guys got injured, I have nothing at that point. Doug, how are you feeling, man, apart from the fact you're probably in catastrophic pain? Mind-shattering pain. Yep, your clothes are kind of ratty. It's an awful prison cell. Yes, it is. It was going to be Lumpy's bedroom, so Lumpy actually might be fine with it not being his bedroom. And this is getting done. And then I think I'll probably stretch maybe a corridor down here and kind of close this off in. Or just run a wall there, and these could be other bedrooms. We're going to have a think about that. I got 3 extra mouths to feed here. And that's not really coming together. Beta, I know I've checked in on you frequently, but remind me, like, yeah, you're kind of a back-of-the-house guy, aren't you? You sort of do around the base kind of tasks. What? Beta's in. Beta, just hang tight, kid. Just slam everything into pause mode, okay? Slam everything into pause mode. Brando Beta is on board. Brando does a lot of crafting. Art we don't care about right now. Is currently my best doctor. Intellectual, great. Okay. I have nowhere for you to sleep, kid. Just as a heads up, I got nothing for you. Absolutely nothing for you. I guess you're gonna have to sleep next to Lumpy. That's all I got. You're just gonna have to sleep right here. It's just not coming together. Actually, could I move Doug over here? Wow, that's gonna be awkward for Beta. Because Beta's into Smog and Smog is into Beta. And then I move Doug in. And Smog's like, what's this? Where'd Beta go? Okay, back burner that idea for right now. Just focus on literally anything at this point. So, I need more. I should have enough sandstone. I got 75 sandstone blocks over there. This is probably not 75 blocks, he says optimistically. A group of travelers are passing by. That's fun. Everybody loves travelers. Rice is coming in. Okay, and we're going to get one turkey killed. All right, let me try and vaguely sort out Beta's nonsense here. So, obviously, you need to be number one on all the things you're number one at. Congratulations, you are now my prime doctor. You can back off on that, Dweeb. A lot of these colonists and the bots is just backing Dweeb off on having to do everything. You can also back off on the plant cutting, too, because the agrobot's back online. In fact, you can back that off to 3. So, Dweeb, Beta, I'm going to come back to you in a sec. Dweeb, what is it primarily you do now? Wardening and cooking. And you're terrible at wardening. What else could you be doing around here? I guess you can keep going. Yeah, keep up on the mining. That's smart. Just keep up on the mining. I know you're terrible at it, but you'll get better over time. It'll be okay. All right, so back to Beta's nonsense. So we're not researching right now, but when we do, like, be kind of hip on that. For right now, focus primarily on crafting, tailoring, and smithing. Okay, and remind me, can you shoot people? Like, how are you into that? I mean, you have a technical skill in it. It exists. I don't actually have anything for you to shoot. I should just put up a basic crafting spot and get a bow. Just a regular bow and arrow kind of nonsense. So, no, not the light leather. I know what that is. Bills, let's do a short bow. Thank you. Just do one for right now. And then we could keep going. What kind of bills do I have in this? Okay, make pants, make a parka. Just try and do pants until we have, say, 5. And then same deal with shirts, because we're always going to need pants and shirts. If I get a refugee quest, the first thing they want to do is play dress up. They always come in with ratty clothing. I like to have something ready for them. You won't have nearly enough material to do that. But the cotton is coming in. It's in the tail end there, so we could get some of that going fairly soon. ConstructoBot is down here doing this. I need to focus on stone blocks and cutting trees down. I need wood, I need blocks, and obviously I need steel, because I always need steel. But go ahead and put that like that. Hey, where's the agrobot allowed to go to? Is that just the home zone? Yeah. That will cover those trees. Okay, I might need to let the agrobot go into unrestricted for a little bit, because they're going to run out of areas where they're allowed to cut trees. But no, not that thing, that thing. Just go get those two. I think those will be in range. We've made a short bow. So, Beta, go grab that. Go equip the short bow. There you go. And then what's your move? You're going to make some pants. Okay, smart. So I assume, Lumpy, you're doing stone blocks. Yeah, Lumpy's doing the stone block game. And then we'll be into some pants and some stone blocks at the same time. Is anyone ever going to build this? Because I feel we've got enough wood for this. Is this somehow in a weird zone? Like, Dweeb, can you build that? Yes, you can. Okay. I don't know why they weren't building that before, but here we are. We're building it now. And then, Dweeb, after that, you need to get back on the mining tip, because we need steel so we can make another Militor, so we can have even more defense. Okay. Go ahead and, just for Doug's sake, delete the sleeping spot, and then Doug can have a real bed for real people. There you go, Doug. Feel a little better about that. Then what? I could maybe put another bed in here and move Smog over, and then somebody could actually have a semi-decent bedroom. Very crowded bedroom, no lie. But a bedroom that's not completely 100% terrible. That's an idea. Dweeb's doing some converting over here. Smog, you do believe in our jam, right? What was it we believe in again? Yeah, the temple nonsense. Okay. Ancient danger. Oh, where was it? It was right over here. That's pretty much where I thought it was. Okay, so we're not going to open that right now. That's not a good thing to do. Go ahead. Go back in time. Non-regular viewers, potentially new viewers. Go back in time. Watch my very first RimWorld video. I opened the Ancient Evil on day 1. Oh, Ancient Evil. Let's crack that open. And that was the end of that colony. So, I have experience with that. I kind of know how that one's going to go down, so we won't do that. Not today, anyway, although there will be a ton of good stuff in there. Alright, where are we at in seasons? It's fall, and we've got a quantity of food coming in, if not an astronomical amount of food. And a lot of stuff here is... I wonder if I could... You know what? I bet I could get in one last rice field. I know this is kind of taxing the agribot, but you know what? Let's just try and get in like maybe one rice field. It'll come up nice and quick, and it'll just be extra food. I know I don't need all of these fields. I get that. I understand that. Totally understand that. But I'm always kind of focused on food. Ever since the Great Pantry Fire of 2021, having extra food is really handy when people burn down your pantry and all your food is gone and then you don't have any food. And you're like, dang, where'd all my food go? So I do try to, just from a gameplay perspective, the way I play RimWorld, I just try to focus a lot on food. Making sure we've got tons and tons and tons of food. Ooh, a raccoon must have wandered through the trap corridor. There's some food. Why are we storing animal corpses here? Let's not do that anymore. In fact, just store no corpses here, thank you. Yeah, put them over here in the freezer. Okay, it's 12 degrees in here. Toxic waste pack is deteriorated. Again, that's kind of somebody else's problem, really. Hey, Dweeb, apart from sleeping, have you made any progress on mining at all? I targeted that little asteroid thing over here, meteor or whatever it was, for demolition. If you guys could get into that, I think... Wait, Beta, can you do any cooking? Not really, no. No, you know, you're pretty much terrible at this. No, Dweeb is definitely the best cook. Right, we did that, the little inject the thing into your eyeball to make you better at stuff, so you're even better at cooking than you were the last time. Because we injected, like, nanites into your eye. I know, Dweeb. I'm shivering just thinking about it, kid. But yeah, but you're much better at cooking now. You're much better. A skill of 11 ain't nothing. If we can keep the place fairly clean, we might be able to avoid a quantity of food poisoning. Speaking of keeping the place clean, I should floor this place so we're not putting stuff in the dirt. How did we do on... Okay, we have cut down quite a few trees. Quite a few trees. I could probably easily floor that area. Is there anything else I need the wood for desperately? Yeah, bedrooms. Remember how you said you were going to do bedrooms for people? How about you do some bedrooms for people? So sandstone, like this. And I don't care if it's too close to the happy tree. Nobody cares about the happy tree. Somebody probably does. But I know I don't. I simply do not care. Those could be... Well, I mean, they're technical bedrooms. They exist. They're going to be kind of small and dinky. How about we make one good one? Like, just absurdly good bedroom in here. So this could be somebody's bedroom. Then what's that going to be, though? That's a very small area there. Bring this just over like that. That'll be fine. This will be a nicer bedroom for somebody. And then put a door in there. I know you're saying I don't have enough wood. I will come up with enough wood at some point. Ooh, the cotton's coming in. Excellent. Well, that'll be some more pants for a start. So when they put this together, then I'll start putting bedrooms around. I should just preemptively extend the runaway dweeb zone to encompass all of this. Because if we've got a raid or anything, I'm going to make sure that people can get to the things they need to get to. I don't know why I'm leaving this out. This is totally allowed. You can go in the walls if you want. Put that there, and there, and that. Is that what I want? Yeah, actually, this is fine, too. You can do that. There we go. This is broadly what I want. Okay. Frantically putting together bedrooms. I am going to temporarily put the Agrahand on unrestricted, just so we can get lots and lots of trees cut down. And they won't be... Is there like a big pile? Yeah, here we go. Nice big pile of them right down here. So let's chop all of that. That'll be a real good amount of wood. Oh, the anima tree's been marked. Sorry. I cancel that. Happy tree. Now what? Food is coming in. It exists. I'm going to optimistically send somebody to go murder a donkey. That is the most exciting sentence I've said today. And I've been up since 6. Dweeb, you like shooting things. Well, you like horseshoes right now. Who is supposed to be on, like, hunting? Actually, Beta, could you also be on hunting? You're terrible, but you could do it. No, none of you are good at hunting. There's a fire, but it's in the rain. This is probably okay. Yeah, that's fine, kids. Okay, we've dealt with it. The fire. Oh, Beta, are you off to go hunt something? Are you gonna go? You gonna go murder? No, you're just gonna grab some steel. Beta, excuse me, Dweeb, you're off to go hunt something, aren't you? Yeah, probably stay away from the toxic waste corp zone. Remember, Dweeb, that is somebody else's problem. That is not our problem. Oh yeah, Dweeb's having a good time shooting donkeys. Well, a donkey, that donkey, the donkey that's right there. Oh, it escaped, Dweeb. That Dweeb, you let it get off the map. Bad showing there, Dweeb. Okay, well, schedule something else for demolition then. How about a gazelle? They're certainly not known for running away. I'm sure that'll be fine. They're a very slow, slothful animal, as I understand. And then you're going to grab a snack. Okay. We should probably bump up the number of meals, because we keep getting more people coming in here. How about we said 25 meals? What else do you think I need? There's a ritual opportunity. Yeah, but, like, only Beta believes in our thing. Lumpy doesn't, and there's no way I'm converting Lumpy anytime in the near future, unless I took him prisoner. And he's gonna be sad about that. Lumpy, are you in fact... no, she's gonna be sad about that. Yeah, sorry, Lumpy, I don't really pay attention to gender in RimWorld unless I need genetic material from somebody, and then I'm very interested in it. You're just gonna have to learn to cope, Lumpy. Again, go watch the first RimWorld, and you'll see I was gender neutral before it was cool, because I don't care. Again, unless I need to extract something from your body that is gender specific. Now, where did Dweeb go? Oh, you're down here building something. Look at you go, kid. Aren't you just a little trooper? Let's get some power working in this direction. So, let's see, let's bring it down here, and there, and then, like, over like that, and then we'll do the hidden conduits here, so they don't have to get all fussy about seeing things. Zit! Yeah, that'll be another fire. This is a fire we want to take care of, guys. Yeah, this one we want to deal with. Everybody, go put out the fire, like, super, super quick. It's in the freezer where the food lives. Thank you. Appreciate that. Sorry I had to wake you up to make sure your food didn't burn. I'm so sorry. I feel terrible about that. I don't. Now what? What is stopping us from sowing this area? Like, Dweeb, I don't want you to do it, but yeah, you could prioritize sowing it. Sowing is on. I guess the Agrabot must have, like, way more things that are more important to the Agrabot. You know what's important to the Agrabot? Food. Because if we don't have food, we don't have people. And then your, like, robot overlord dies, and then you're just wandering around the map going insane. It's kind of funny when that happens, actually. What else did you think I need? We have a fire. Sure, that fire's going to put itself out. We need warm clothes. We're going to start to work on that. So how about we try for... No, those are stone blocks, Dave. How about we try for... We're not going to have the materials for this, but, like, maybe you can get 4 parkas done. Okay, we've already made the pants. Pants are already rocking and rolling. Beta, how are your clothes, by the way? So show me your gear. Your hat's good. Yeah, everything's good. Everything's good. Okay. Did I ever make... No, I didn't make... I never made a apparel policy. Let's go ahead and do that while we've got a little bit of air quotes slow time. So let's do a new policy. And we are going to call this don't wear ratty clothes. Okay. And you can wear anything you want except tainted things. Don't wear anything tainted. And anything that is above, say, about 51%. All right? I know I will get comments from the hardcore min-max RimWorlders saying, oh, you need to set them at these exact numbers. But, you know, above 50%. That's really all I need. So now everyone go on to don't wear ratty clothes. Clear that for us. And why did I just put... What is going on down here? Don't wear ratty clothes and move... Dweeb, have you moved? Don't move. Don't ever do that. I need to know where you all are at all times. There we go. So anything below 51%, they will take it off. And hopefully there's something else to put on. Otherwise, they're naked. Somebody kill that turkey. Okay? You may have noticed, guys, I just marked that for destruction. Okay, so somebody go kill the turkey. You're harvesting some more cotton here. That's neato. And Smog, how are we doing with you these days, kid? 5.1. Okay. Again, got nowhere to put you. Nowhere to put you. Don't know what I'm going to do with you, but it'll happen somehow. Oh, if I'd love to get the prisoners out of here, just so I can reclaim the bedroom. That'll be one less bedroom. Smog, that'll probably be your bedroom by the time everything gets done. Oh, what now? A solar flare. Okay, so we've lost power. That's terrible, but not the worst thing in the world. We'll learn to cope with that. Speaking of power, they are vaguely beginning to start to get things done here. We're probably a little shy on the old steel. I got 68 over here. That's probably enough to do my power lines. Yeah, in fact, I think they're finishing them off right now. But not a lot to do anything else. Dweeb, what do you think you're doing? You're hunting that turkey. It's right here, by the way. Could you maybe just get this one done? Oh, by the way, somebody go harvest those heel roots. It's a solitary turkey, man. Just... You know what? I'm going to leave you to that, Dweeb. Lumpy, how are you doing today? You're making more stone blocks. That's great. How are we doing on those sandstone ones? Okay, got a couple left there, and then you'll get back onto anything. Don't really care what. A masterwork. Beta's made a masterwork shirt. The bestest shirt in the whole wide world. Well, somebody's going to want that. Dweeb, how are you doing on the Dougster here? Doug, how much do you believe in your nonsense? Very little. Yeah, that High Legion thing is just chipping away. The more colonists, I think I need one more colonist to believe in our ideology. I need 3 people to believe in our ideology. So Dweeb and Beta, Lumpy obviously doesn't. I need one more of you to believe in this and be colonists. You can't be prisoners and believe in our stuff. And then I can assign a priest role. And then people can really start to get some converting going on around here. There's a hunting worksite. There's a fire. Yeah, I mean, there's a fire. There's another ambrosia sprout. Well, that is drugs, and drugs means money. So let's get a growing zone, like here, and then turn off sowing, so we don't put potatoes in there. And then we'll get some drugs eventually, and drugs are your path to profit. Path to profit in RimWorld. I see we've sown like 1 potato and 1 rice. The potato must have been there earlier. I don't even know why that potato exists. I mean, it'll grow up to be a potato at some point. Solar flare's ending. The sandstone blocks are done. Hang on, what? Everything is just popping off here. Young traveler wishes for resources, rather. Okay, a poor child is looking for 5 herbal medicine. Okay, so it's a charity quest. All right. So you just want me to give them 5 herbal medicine? Probably, sure. Dweeb, do you want to go give that kid some medicine? Looks like he desperately needs it. And then, Lumpy, what are you up to today? You back on the stone block game? Cool. Cool, love what you're doing there. Love that. And then Beta is making clothes. Cool. I need room in the storage room. Because I'd like to get some research going. Can I move the bot creation thing? No, I have to tear it down and put it back together again. That's a little bit fussy. That's a little fussy. Maybe I make nothing at all over here, because I really haven't left myself a lot of room. But I could drag down this, like a wall down here, put a door here. And this could be like bot creation / research room. That is not the worst idea I've had. I've had many worse ideas. Put a light up while you're thinking about that. You love putting lights up. Lights are fun. Put a light there, and a light there, and a light there. Just for funsies. And then maybe a light over here. Okay. Dweeb, where are you? Is that... Oh, there you go. You're giving it to the kid. Okay. There, we did a nice thing for somebody. This should be a lot of wood right now. I feel we've got a good quantity of wood to start putting this all together. I see this bedroom, well, door is open at least. So let's start to get... Well, it's not a very big bed, is it? It's not a very big bedroom. But let's put up a double bed. You know, they'll wicked like that. And then we'll put up some of the essentials here, an end table and a dresser over here, like that. Okay. How'd my bonsai going? Oh, that's a completely different run. That's in the sanguiphage run, Dave. We don't do bonsai here. We're not into bonsai. That's the vampires. The vampires are into bonsai. Never mind. Forget I said anything about bonsai. Ignore bonsai. You have no knowledge of bonsai. I could tell you about bonsai, but I'd have to kill you. Smog, how are you doing? How's your gig? Okay. 4.0 on Smog. Doug, we're still working on converting you into our jam here. Yep, High Legion nonsense. Now, what is my best next move? Again, getting research going. Because both Beta and Smog are not bad at the old research game. Beta definitely is, and... Oh, I'm sorry, Smog, you're terrible. I'm so sorry. You're actually awful at this, but you are good at construction. And I think you'll probably be my best shot. So you're not actually very good at things. You're gonna be more a front of the house kind of guy. Okay, so you're gonna be shooting people and building stuff. Whereas Beta's gonna be more in the back of the house. Lumpy, why are you sad? Okay, you're not high, awful barracks. Yes, everything is awful. If somebody tried to convert you, that'll probably be Dweeb. He loves doing that sort of thing. Soaking wet. We haven't executed anyone. Wow, you are pretty miserable, aren't you? We'll work on making this bed specifically for you, just to get you out of the barracks. In fact, if we could kind of prioritize that, that would be great. Lumpy, I'm sorry. Eventually we'll have a priest, and then we'll convert you unnecessarily to our religion. And then somehow you'll be wicked happier. You will. You'll be way happier with this. And we'll get you out of the storage room. Promise, kid. We're working on it, like, literally right now. The bots are down here frantically trying to get you out of the storage area. Dweeb, what are you doing? You're converting Doug. Sure. Yeah, that's cool. Beta, what are you up to? You're hunting the gazelle. It's a slow animal. I mean, tortoise-like. I'm sure it's not known for running at high speeds and leaping and jumping and evading predators in any way. And you are, in fact, the predator at this point, Beta, so I'm sure that's going to go fine. We've never... do we just not like this growing zone? This growing zone's been here for ages. Nobody's put... Again, it's not in some sort of weird zone. The Agrahand is on unrestricted. Yeah, the Agrahand can go wherever the heck it wants. By the way, speaking of the Agrahand, did we ever... Yeah, we're low on steel again. We're very, very low on steel. I need to get somebody doing priority mining around here. Dweeb, I'm looking in your direction. So why don't you go back on that? We've got a quantity of food right now. I think you're going to be okay in that regard. So we've got a little bit of food. Okay, what is my best next move here? Finish this bed. And this door. And then Lumpy can at least have a private bedroom of a sort, and that will make Lumpy slightly happier with life, one hopes. The Militor is charging. That's unfortunate. If we get raided right now, we've got another set of arms coming into that. Again, not really what I want, but I will absolutely throw Lumpy and Beta under the bus. We don't have buses here. There's no buses in this game that I'm aware of. Maybe there will be in Odyssey, who knows. But I will throw Lumpy and Beta under the bus to protect Dweeb. So they got to stand up front. What? Worker outsourcing. Okay, slow everything down a little bit there. What do you want from me? Needs people to help translate a book. I'm sorry, have you seen my guys? They're all a bunch of morons. One of them's a 15-year-old boy. You think he's translating anything? 2 colonists? For 25 days? 25 days? Who's Freckles? Talk to me about Freckles. Because I'm in love with the name. Freckles the Minstrel. Oh, yeah, you're kind of terrible, though, aren't you? Boy, with a name like Freckles, you'd think they'd be a lot better at everything. Yeah, you're incapable of any skilled labor or hauling. You're really not going to contribute anything at all, except art. You could sit there and do statues all day. But honestly, you're pretty terrible. You can't... No, I can't possibly give up 2 colonists. That would be obviously Lumpy and Beta. Otherwise, the bots will go nuts. For 25 days. That's ridiculous. I mean, the Honor 12 would be great, but what am I going to do with Honor 12? I don't have a throne room. I don't even have a throne. I barely have chairs. You're asking me to jump up 12 Honor on that? No, not going to happen. No, we're just getting rid of that. Okay, I would love to just kind of finish up by getting this one bed done. There's 18 work left in it. I just want Lumpy to have a slightly nicer place to live. And you know what? Speaking of slightly nicer, why don't I floor that area as well? What? That'll be Lumpy. Major break risk. That will definitely be the Lumpster. Yeah, Lumpy's going to flip out at any point. I'm working on it, kid. Best of my... you should have put vents in here. Put the vents in, Dave. You forgot to put the vents in. Put a vent in there and a vent in there. You always forget to do that, and then you're like, dang, I forgot to put vents in. That's kind of your pattern, really. Okay, there we go. One bed for Lumpy. Lumpy, that's you. Okay, and then we can go ahead and delete that sleeping spot and then sort of extend the zone back into there. Okay, Lumpy, hopefully that makes you a little tiny bit happier with life. Now we just have to rinse and repeat for Beta. So, Beta, why don't you have... Beta, we don't have a lot of room here. We simply don't. So you're just gonna... And we don't have a lot of wood. So I'm just going to give you a regular bed down here. This could... I can move them around later. None of this is set in stone, except I literally built these bedrooms out of stone. But apart from that, none of this is set in stone, except, again, for the bedrooms themselves, which are set in stone, very clearly. And you know what? Throw some floors in. Just put all that in there and all that in there. And then we may as well just get the idea of heat going. We'll put a heater. Oh, that space is already out. We'll put a heater down here. What? Industrial Festival. That sounds cool. Oh, Industrial Festival. Maybe like Ministry and Front 242 and... Oh, that'd be a great festival. I totally want to go to the Industrial Festival. I'd be like Skinny Puppy. Wow. Oh, we're totally doing this. I don't care. We're doing the Industrial Festival. I mean, I've seen Ministry really recently, and Ministry is very tired. They really need to hang it up. And they are. Good. Like, thank God Al Jorgensen realized he needs to hang this up now. But Ministry then... Oh, this is going to be a great festival. We're going to rock. Okay, Beta, start rocking. Okay, Beta's just hauling some wood. Okay, we're rocking out with logs of wood. And I don't know, Front 242 is up there doing Headhunter, which is really... I mean, it's not their only good song. It's totally not their only good song, but it's really certainly their best song. It's pretty much the only one I listen to. Maybe Welcome to Paradise. That's a pretty good one, too. Okay, festival almost over. Hopefully we had a great time, and that will cheer us up a little bit. Admittedly, we did the festival in the pouring rain, but here we are. Okay, we finished rocking, and it was a beautiful industrial festival. Okay, Ministry actually pulled it together, and didn't sound very, very, very... very tired. Lumpy, are you feeling slightly better about things right now? You're luxuriantly, you're really comfortable. You had a good festival. It's cold. We're working on that one. That one's happening. We're working on the cold thing. You're saying you need to be high. Do we actually have any? We have drugs. Do you want to just go get some drugs? In fact, now that I'm saying that, how about we don't store drugs there? Because those will go bad at some point. So for now, put drugs in there. And then don't put drugs in here. Yeah, I hate to wake you up to go do drugs, but you know, if you want to do that, that's cool, man. You can just have that. I should set up some sort of policy for that, but I won't. I think I'll just sort of arbitrarily command them to go take drugs because it amuses me to do so. Dweeb, how did we do on the mining over here? Yeah, we're just not getting anything mined out. Not at all. So the next thing I want to do is get some more steel. More steel means more bots and more everything. We just need more steel. And then I want to create... In fact, I'm going to lay it out right now because we've got quite a bit of granite, quite a bit of sandstone. I'm just going to sort of sketch out what will be effectively bot creation and research area. And then just put a door in there. We're going to need a lot of power over there. Let's make sure that's going along here. So do those conduits... and then do these conduits kind of down to here. That should cover pretty much everything I need. And then, unfortunately, I can't move this. I'm going to have to disassemble it and reassemble it. I could also put the chargers down there. That'll save a bit of space. This could take a lot of stuff out of here. And this can just sort of be a generic crafting room. We'll just focus mostly on stone blocks and tailoring and machining possibly when we get that going. But we can't do that until we have research, and we can't do research until we have research table. Beta's pretty good at the old research game, so that will happen, hopefully, in the fullness of time. And by that, I mean in the next part of this. That's going to be my major goal. Steel and bot research creation room kind of thing down here. But guys, that's probably an excellent place to call it on RimWorld for today. Do please keep the comments coming in. Let me know what you're thinking of this. And hey, if you enjoyed the video, do please leave a like down below. It does cheer me up no end when people do that. And if you're new to the channel, maybe just checking it out for the first time, feel free to hit that subscribe button. See more of this ridiculous nonsense. Until then, I'm Dave. Thank you, as always, for joining me in the wee hours, and we'll see you next time.
You know, an argument could have been made that spending an obscene amount of money on researching the theater just so I can get a sign that says Electric Boogaloo may not have been my smartest move. That is a strong argument, and that's an argument that you'd probably win, frankly.
Wow, naked guy sticks his hand in a beehive. This can't end well. I don't know where I would see a leather carpet, but I'm going to imagine I had to pay an entry fee to see it.
I have a cylinder. I broke Dave.
Broke Dave.
Talk amongst yourselves, I'll be back. I just dropped my controller.
Oh my goodness.